everyone, and welcome to day 3 of the Volusia Business Resources VBR Week Meet the Pros presentations. First, allow me to start with some tips to help you get the most from this broadcast. Audience, please expand your control panel to be able to interact during the presentation. The audience is muted during this broadcast. Please make sure your computer audio is on to hear the presentations. Closed captioning is provided. Please check the handouts section of your control panel for the access link. If you'd like to ask a question, please open up the questions section of your control panel and type your questions there. They will be read at the end of the last presentation. If we don't have time to get to your question and it was not answered during the time allowed at the end of the broadcast, please email those questions directly to vbr@volusia.org and we will respond. Please make sure you let us know in that email who that question is directed to, which of the panelists. Each day's presentation will be recorded and uploaded to volusiabusinessresources.com. Now that the housekeeping has been completed, I forgot to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Katrina Friel. I'm a business specialist here at Volusia County Economic Development, and we are your hosts for today. With that being said, I would like to introduce you to Brad Harris. He is the business manager of Volusia County Economic Development, and Brad is going to explain the development and the mission of VBR.
Thank you, Katrina. Welcome to today's session, and thank you for joining us as we celebrate Volusia Business Resources Week. I have the privilege of kicking off today's Lunch and Learn session. And as Katrina said, this is the third in a series of 5 that are being held to introduce the business servicing organizations that can be found under Volusia Business Resources banner. In today's session, we will hear from many of Volusia County's college and university affiliated partners that provide services to innovators, to entrepreneurs, and small businesses. And if you're a startup, you're going to enjoy today. But before we do that, before we begin, let me address 2 questions that you may have about Volusia Business Resources. First of all, what is it? And you're going to hear us use VBR rather than Volusia Business Resources through many of the presentations. It's just a little shorter. But what is it? Well, the answer to that question is what we're trying to answer through the course of this week's sessions. But to get you a little starter on that, let me mention 4 facets of VBR that you should know. First of all, VBR is a brand. And it's a brand that will be used to elevate and expand awareness within the community of the many helpful resources that are out there for our local businesses. And they're both available face-to-face and online. The second is VBR is a comprehensive business assistance website. It's a repository for the resources that business need. And you're going to learn more about that today. Thirdly, VBR is also a community-wide partnership. And it's going to be, that partnership is where a lot of the learning happens that we used and apply to develop resources for our businesses. And then finally, VBR is what I call a listening conduit. It's where the voice of small business is heard, consolidated, and acted upon to the benefit of our whole community. So that's what VBR is. Now, how did it start? That's the second question. It started with candid conversations between a small number of local businesses and some business servicing organizations. And by 2021, those conversations had turned into a county-wide survey. Then, with the survey input in hand, an affiliation of community partners joined together to begin addressing the needs and the concerns that businesses had shared on that survey. So in short, you could say VBR started by getting unfiltered communication from a large number of businesses into the hands of the local business servicing organizations, like the ones you're going to be meeting today. So much has been accomplished because of the good response to that 2021 survey. And it's our hope that as distribution of the 2022 survey starts this week, that you'll once again respond and help us hear your voice and allow us to improve the resources we have available for you. And by the way, if you'd like to see the summary of the 2021 survey, learn what's been done since then, you can go to our website, VolusiaBusinessResources.com, look at the news tab, and in there you'll find those results. So with that as a brief introduction for the day's activities, let's begin our journey. So back to you, Katrina.
All right, thank you, Brad. And I appreciate the introduction. Right now, we're going to go ahead and share the Volusia Business Resources website with you. This is one of the initiatives that came out of that survey and what the businesses needed. So I'm going to stop talking and let the video do its job. And there we go.
Welcome to VolusiaBusinessResources.com, a one-stop portal to help entrepreneurs and business owners navigate the resources needed to help propel their success. Once you've opened your browser, type VolusiaBusinessResources.com in the URL address bar. When you first open the site, you will be presented with an option to provide feedback through our survey. The survey will be updated with new questions regularly. Respondents' feedback to the survey helps us to develop relative new programs. It's not necessary that you take the survey to access the site, but we would appreciate it if you did. Let's check out the About tab to learn what VBR does and how we do it. You can access the Resource Navigator, the Resource Calendar, and the Business Guides by clicking on the title of each on this page or by scrolling back up to the navigation bar. The Resource Navigator allows you, the user, to sort applicable resources housed in the resource directory based on your company's stage of growth and by area of need. This streamlines your search process by not overwhelming you with results that you're not looking for. The Navigator does that for you. For example, if your business is in the growth phase of development and you've expanded beyond your current footprint, you might be looking for employees, workforce, and a new larger facility. Once you hit the Submit button, you'll be presented with resources that can help you with your needs and contact information at those resource providers' organizations. If you click on any of the resources on the resource card, you'll be taken to a list of resources that provide that service. A user can go directly to the resource directory and search by subject title. Let's take a look at the resource calendar. The resource calendar lists events, classes, and webinars that provide opportunities for you to further expand your business knowledge and to network your business. Many of the programs you find on the calendar are free, but not all are. To use the calendar, simply click on the Select an Event Category button, and the calendar will sort by the subject that you're looking for. The calendar offers multiple view options by month, by week, by day, by calendar view, or by list view. The VBR team continues to develop and expand our list of business guides. These guides provide step-by-step instructions on different subjects important to business owners while trying to establish or grow their businesses. If you haven't found what you're looking for on VolusiaBusinessResources.com, you can always contact us directly. You'll find links to the contact page and the survey throughout the site. If you'd like to receive the most recent economic development news, there's an option for you to add your contact information to our mailing list. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about the VBR website. The VBR team continues to develop new programs. Please don't forget to sign up for the newsletter to learn more.
All right, everybody, thank you for taking the time to watch that video. Oops, goodness gracious. Okay, we're going to go on and we're going to move to the next presenter, which is Trecia Marchand, and she is going to talk to you about the Small Business Development Center over at Daytona State College. Trecia, you should be the presenter at this point. Tatiana?
Hello, everyone. I hope you're able to see my screen all right. Okay. I'm Trecia Marchand with the SBDC here at Daytona State College. The SBDC is a no-cost business solution for entrepreneurs in the area.
Trecia, I'm sorry, I'm going to stop you for a second. Can you click the show screen and select do you have another monitor?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
No worries.
If you open up your audience tab, there you go. Now we're seeing it. Thank you.
Yes. Okay now?
Perfect.
Excellent, excellent. All right. So the SBDC is a no-cost business solution to entrepreneurs. We provide services that are from market research, second stage business type programs and organizations that we work with to make it so that we help businesses to grow and to be successful. A little bit about the SBDC. The SBDC was established nearly 50 years ago. As a nationwide network of small business development centers, and we're pretty strong. You know, over 1,000 centers throughout the United States, and in that we have been funded by the SBA in part, as well as you'd have to have a little bit more of an understanding of how our actual makeup is. So it's a nationwide organization that has state level establishments. So we are the Florida SBDC of the larger America's SBDC. And then throughout that, then we have regions. And so throughout our region, UCF is actually, University of Central Florida is actually our regional office where we report out of. And then Daytona State College is the host that hosts the SBDC here in Volusia County. So at Daytona State College, we actually represent all of Volusia County with our SBDC efforts. And so some of our services include, like I said earlier, no cost consulting services from expert consultants. So whether clients are looking for raising capital to be able to earn or gain money for their organizations, whether it be second stage or helping them to start off a brand new business, we help them with those types. We help businesses with those types of services, as well as confidential one-on-one coaching, as well as we do provide some special programming, which we work with CEOs throughout the area through two groups that we run. One is called the CEO Exchange Group, and the other is the Growth Exchange Group. And it's really just based on second to third and beyond stage businesses that helps them to have a peer-to-peer networking opportunity to come together on a monthly basis to be able to share what it is they're doing and how they can further their business efforts and how they can get some further extra help as they work along the way. And being able to mentor each other and share with one another. And so those are some of the programs that we do provide. We also provide business seminars and webinars, whether it be in person or via online type programs as well. And so what would happen for a client would be at the next step, once they've identified that they wanted to work with us, they would request to work with us and request our services by visiting our website. And I put the URL right here on the site here on the slideshow. And so that you could go there and you could request services. So you request consulting services. And then if you've already been working with the SBDC and you've said to yourself, geez, I've been working with the SBDC, but I forgot, or I haven't worked with them in a while. I have a lot of different things going on right now. We've just had so many people reaching out to us with everything that has happened through the hurricane, as well as still people reaching out to us because of efforts that are needed for COVID relief still, and ways to help their businesses to thrive and to continue to grow with the changes of the marketplace. And so if somebody's already working with us, they can just feel free to reach out to us and just so they could set up an appointment so we can reconnect. And some information here. Here's how you can contact us at the SBDC at daytonastate.edu. And our phone number is 386-506-4723. And these are the ways that you can contact us. So thank you.
Tricia, thank you so much for that information. It is invaluable. The SBDC, it has such a robust programmatic menu just that, a programmatic menu of options to help small businesses. Anybody who is looking to start a small business, needs extra help, SBDC, almost certain I can say they have a plan for you, a program for you. Next thing we're going to do is I would like to present our next panelist, which is the Executive Director of Professional Education, Mr. Bud Hanson, speaking on behalf of Stetson University PACE program. Bud, the presentation is all yours, and I just want to make sure my screen is being shown. And yep. You just tell me when to click through, Bud.
Okay, sounds good. I am the Executive Director of the PACE program, which is an acronym for Professional and Corporate Education. So when you think of Stetson, you may be certainly familiar with our over 55 majors and minors in a variety of disciplines here at Stetson. We've been doing that for 140 years. But today, I want to talk to you about some resources that businesses can tap into in terms of our sharing value through our education resources here at Stetson. Next slide. So what's really happening at work? Well, from this picture, probably dated over 75 years ago, as I think everyone will agree, the work we do and the people we lead are changing. You've got baby boomers and a slice of Gen Xers that are reaching retirement at a rate faster than the next cohort of millennials are able to step into their place. This Gen Z and millennial group of workers are the largest segment of the workforce. They come with unique skill sets, priorities, and needs, as you probably have seen. And the average worker in this cohort, which was somewhat surprising to me, by the time they reach 40, will hold 10 different positions, 10 different jobs, and this number is projected to grow. So certainly we have technological advances that are displacing some jobs, creating others, and even with all the disruption of the pandemic, you had half the workforce that actually went into new industries, changing careers, pivoting, getting out of kind of finding a position that may be pandemic proof. When with all this being said, employers are reporting the highest talent shortages since 2007. Next slide. So what is the number one reason people are considering leaving jobs? Well, if you said compensation, you would be wrong, but it would be number two. Next slide. So the number one reason that McKinsey saw in surveying 13,000 people in various stages of looking satisfied or maybe have already left a position, their number one reason is lack of career development and advancement. So employers need to be conscious of providing career pathing, development opportunities, and training, not just to have a trained workforce, but to keep their people engaged in their companies. Next slide. So what do we do here at Stetson? Well, I always say we're selling learning, not education, and that's not a nuance of terms. You know, one is a verb, one is a noun, but really learning is something that you do for yourself. Okay, education, we've been in that business for like I said, 140 years, but education is typically what people do for you, okay? We prescribe a particular track of courses that you need to achieve your certificate to go out and get a job. But the PACE solution are all non-credit courses. These are based on the needs of employees and employers in the market. We have a variety of delivery methods. They are taught by some of our faculty as well as adjuncts and other consultants. Next slide. So we really have three legs to our stool here at PACE. We have open access online learning, and I'll talk a little bit about each of these. We have some open access workshops that are faculty led in person at our campus, and we have a custom corporate training side of the business. Next slide. So we have over 200 asynchronous, that's kind of a word we use in higher ed, but it basically means go at your own pace, video-based online learning. And as you can see, here's a variety of these topics. They're very fairly priced. They're offered by a partner we use, which is called MindEdge. Gets very high student feedback, and many of these courses have been vetted by our own faculty. Next slide. We have a few open access workshops as the need arises. These are high demand, on-trend topics such as sustainability, corporate culture, team building, women in leadership, et cetera. And these are where we would offer open access to the business community and fill a class of 12, 15, 20 folks. Next slide. Also, if your company has a specific problem that we can kind of learn from and work with, we can develop a course just that meets your needs. Okay, what's keeping you up at night? We can come to you. You can come on our beautiful campus. We even have a ropes course that we do some team building and leadership exercises out at Paisley, very close by our campus. And this segment of the business has grown dramatically as companies are wanting to send a cohort of their folks to these courses. Next. They really coalesce around three specific topic areas that we're pretty good at here. Sales. We have a Centurion sales program where we graduate students that go on to get great jobs, and we take a little bit of that secret sauce and help sales divisions. We have leadership classes and many other topics in more hard skills such as project management, Lean Six, etc. Next. So what do I need from you guys? Would love some social love on LinkedIn and Facebook for Stetson Professional and Corporate Education. Help us socialize the program around the community that Stetson is offering corporate training for individuals and company groups. And also come to me with any workforce skill gaps that you have or business needs that you have, and let's talk about a custom program. And again, as Stephen Covey would say, you know, think about sharpening your own saw, which is really kind of in his 7 Habits book. That metaphor basically means we all need to preserve and enhance the greatest asset we have, which is ourself. Please give me a call, go online, and there's my contact information.
But I just want to say your slide 3 is really poignant. If a business is looking to develop an employee retention program and lower their attrition rates, I mean, that is probably something that they would want to get in poster size and put on their wall, just to remind themselves, you know, where can we do better? But with that said, I am going to now take the opportunity to introduce our next presenter, which is our friend. And everybody's our friend, but this is, we have a very close partnership with the University of Central Florida and the Business Incubator. Today, presenting on behalf of that incubator is the site manager, Connie Garzon.
Thank you, Katrina, and thank you, Volusia County Economic Development, for this amazing initiative. I love to be part of this, and just to see everybody here and everybody under the same roof planning Volusia Business Resource is amazing. Now, my skin just went like goosebumps because this is something we've been looking to do for many, many years, and now the small business owners have a website to go and find us. Anyway, a little background about the Volusia County Business Incubator. Back in 2010, the Volusia County Council and Volusia County Economic Development entered into a partnership with the University of Central Florida Business Incubation Program. And what they wanted was to diversify the local economy. Nothing wrong with the restaurants and hospitality industry. What the county wanted is for us to help Volusia County to be more entrepreneurial. Next slide, please. So back in 2010, this is how the Volusia County entrepreneurial environment looked. So I was part of the Small Business Development Center. We have, of course, the chambers and the corporate, and we were doing good. Then when we started this incubator, we said, okay, we need to start helping a lot of startups, innovators, inventors. So we started doing a lot of training, a lot of symposiums, webinars, seminars, everything, name it. We also partnered with all the local universities, Chamber of Commerce, and then we worked very hard to get these startups going. And it's been 11 years, and I want to show you how the entrepreneurial ecosystem look like today. Next slide, please. So this is how Volusia County entrepreneurial ecosystem looks like. We have all the partners together. We have all the universities, we have the government, we have the chambers, the cities, the municipalities, everybody working together for the benefit of the business community. Not only that, when you are working with the Volusia County Business Incubation Program, immediately you are part of the Central Florida entrepreneurial ecosystem, because I usually take the clients to Orlando and they pitch in front of investors, and we're part of that community as well. Means that we bring a lot of knowledge from Orlando to Volusia County and vice versa, and also our entrepreneurs and competing in Orlando competitions, and most of them have won a lot of prizes, which is good. Next slide, please. So this is what we offer when a client becomes part of this incubator. We offer mentorship. We teach a lot how to grow companies, especially in that idea stage. We start with a pre-incubation program. We help them to refine that idea, do a lot of customer discovery. We do a lot here in-house with the clients until they get to the point that are ready to scale those companies, because that's what the county wanted to see. They wanted to see companies that are high-paying jobs. They want to see companies that we can scale, like from 1 employee to 20, or why not to 100, and that's what we are doing here. We also offer business development, means that our clients have a process to follow. We help them with business operations. We teach them how to present to investors. We help them with their business pitch, and then we introduce them to investors that are looking for those ideas or those research. We help them when they're growing with the leadership development, because one of the challenges with this, when the startups are growing, is the management of personnel. So we help them how to kind of get to know more the local resource and help them to find an HR manager, because sometimes that's what they need. We offer a specialized space. If they need a lab or they need a manufacturing facility, we partner with the MicaPlex, with Stephanie, and then we say, look, we don't have a space for this big machine, but let's go to Stephanie and the MicaPlex, and that's what we help companies that are doing manufacturing. We also have a maker lab, which is a place that we started like 7 years ago, and it's growing. And that maker lab is helping these entrepreneurs to do the prototypes with the 3D printers. And those prototypes are shown to investors. So investors actually give money with only a prototype. And of course, we offer office space. We're thankful that Volusia County Economic Development is funding this program, and they're giving this building for us to help the entrepreneurs. Next slide, please. This is our economic impact in the past 11 years. I don't want to go to the numbers because I have only 4 minutes, but for every dollar that the county is putting in this program, we are returning, actually, our clients, we're returning $8.35 in the form of taxes, and their employees are making money, and this is how this works. We have helped more than 200 companies, created more than 1,000 jobs. We have developed an innovation challenge in partnership with the Cares Foundation. We have had 9 winners, and I'm glad to say that 70% of those students are still in business, which is huge. We have like thousands of training sessions, thousands of visitors. We're busy here. Next slide, please. So these are the services we have open to the public. We offer a meetup. That meetup is kind of more for the tech community here in Volusia County. It's first Monday of every month. We have a research library. So if you are a business owner that would like to do more research, like specialized research, we have a computer that you can access the UCF databases. We offer a co-working space. So if you don't want to go and work in a local cafe, you can come here from 8 to 5, and we assign you a desk in which you can work without any noise. We offer a boot camp, sometimes a business plan boot camp, a business model boot camp, and presenting to investor boot camps. Those boot camps are usually like 3 consecutive mornings or 3 consecutive weeks, and that usually help the business owners to kind of add more innovation to their businesses. We have a Volusia Tech Hub program. We have a website in which you can go and see what we offer with that initiative. We have a program for international companies that is called the Soft Landing Program, which is being very successful. That is, we help out of the county companies or out of the state companies, international companies, to relocate here in Volusia County. We have a process for everybody to follow, especially international companies. We know immigration attorneys, we know everybody, and it's been beneficial for those companies to be part of this incubator, because I'm from Colombia, South America, so I know what it takes to move to another country. So if you are in another country and you want to move to the United States, please find us here in Volusia County and I will help you. And we offer a lot of education with small business innovation research grants or small business technology transfer grants. Next slide, please. These are our clients and our partners that are based here at the incubator. SCORE office is based here in this incubator. We have the Hungarian hub as well. So if you are from Hungary and you want to be part of the Hungarian community, this is the place where they usually conduct business. And we also have the African American Entrepreneurship Association. Next slide, please. And for our clients, we offer the Entrepreneur of the Year. Our last winner was Ramon Soto from Sensatech. He's doing amazing, and thank you so much. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. Our phone number is 386-872-3100, or go to our website, which is www.incubator.ucf.edu. Thank you. Thank you, Katrina.
And like we said, we will have all of these presentations on VolusiaBusinessResources.com. And if you want that contact information, if you did not get it, just go to VolusiaBusinessResources.com and type in Connie Garzon and the incubator, and it will come up with her information and you can contact her directly. We are now going to turn over this presentation to Frank Mercer. You're going to love Love listening to Frank. He's always fun to listen to. Frank is the Director of Business and Industry at Daytona State College. I believe you are in control of the screen now, Frank.
Excellent, and thank you for this wonderful opportunity, Volusia Business Resources. Appreciate all the work that you have done. At the Center for Business and Industry, we help growing and thriving businesses in Flagler and Volusia counties become more profitable and more productive by providing customized training, open access workshops and seminars, and also technical assistance. Please visit our website at thecbi.com. You see it there on your screen. And so let me take the few moments that I have to walk you through some examples of the kind of work that we've done to help give you a better idea of how we want to help you. You see on your screen here some examples of customers that we have, current customers, and I'll walk you through. With Boston Whaler right now, we're providing some training for 2 cohorts of Spanish-speaking workers that they have in workplace English, helping them be more productive at work, both in Spanish and in English. And we love our friends at Boston Whaler and thank them for giving us that opportunity. At Spartan Electronics and at B. Braun, both companies, we've done a lot of job instruction training, train the on-job trainer type training. Both of those companies do a lot of training on the job, and we've worked with their workforce to help them on how to train those workers in that workplace environment to be better trainers. City of Port Orange gave us a great opportunity to provide leadership training and frontline supervisor training for their employees. And Thompson Pump came to us with a need for some root cause analysis training that we developed for them. So those are some of the examples of some of the kinds of customized training we can do. Everything from soft skills, leadership, lean implementation type training to very technical types of training as well. With one of our customers, we did a micro welding training. They had a very specific need for micro welding, and we have expertise in that area as well in our faculty, and we're able to help them with that. So we try to tell our customers, if you can dream it, we'll try as hard as we can to do it with you and for you and help you with that. So those are some examples of some of our corporate customized training customers. We also provide a lot of workshops and courses and seminars. The best example, if I can give, our most popular course is our Skills for Supervising course. This is a course we offer 3 to 4 times a year. It sells out every time we offer it. And it's an ideal course for that first-time frontline supervisor. Yesterday, we may have been co-workers, teammates, and then today, all of a sudden, I'm the team lead, supervisor of a team of 6 to 8 folks, and I have to lead those persons. This is an ideal course for that first-time frontline supervisor, as well as for that seasoned supervisor who may have a need for updating their skills as well. Other very popular courses that we have are our live hands-on computer courses. We do a lot of training in Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint, and these are live hands-on classes. Every student has their own computer, and so we do them in our computer labs, but also then we do an online live version of this course as well. All of these courses, both our computer courses and our Skills for Supervising courses, can be found on our website, thecbi.com. Also then, we have over 400 self-paced online courses as well. For those smaller businesses that maybe you're working 80 to 90 hours a week and you need that online self-paced course, these courses are ideal for you. And so we encourage you again to go to thecbi.com and check out those courses as well. And finally, we provide technical assistance to companies as well. And that technical assistance can be anything from helping them develop their own customized training on site. If you think of on-the-job training, we assist companies. They may have an expertise in a particular subject matter, but may not be experts on how to develop hands-on, on-job instruction. And so we've done a lot of that over the years at Daytona State College, especially in our technical programs. And so we'll go on site and assist companies on how to develop customized on-job training is one example. Another example I'll lift up, one of our local companies, DeVita, located there in DeLand, is a renal disease laboratory testing company. And we've worked with them the last 3 to 4 years in accessing state funding that's available for companies that are increasing the number of employees, growing and adding jobs. There are state incentives out there available for that. And so we work closely with DeVita in accessing that state money, drawing it down, tracking it, and helping to make sure that they get reimbursed for their training expenses for the new high-paying jobs that they are creating. In all the work that we do, we work very closely with our local community partners. Volusia County Economic Development is a great resource for us, for our community. You see some of our other partners there that we work very closely with. Volusia Manufacturers Association, Career Source Flagler Volusia, our local Society for Human Resource Management, as well as Team Volusia. As they are looking at recruiting new businesses into the area, we work closely with them as well. And so we would love to work with you, our local businesses that are growing and thriving, in helping you to be more profitable and more productive. Please reach out to us. You see our contact information there, our website there, and let us help you. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I just want to go back just to mention again, when Bud presented his third slide about, why employees are leaving their jobs, and professional development was a big one on there. What you're hearing from these colleges, universities, these post-secondary educational institutions is that doesn't have to be the case, that these programs are out there for businesses to contact. They can upskill their employees, the fluidity of the programs there. So what you need as a business, you can find when it comes to providing that professional development for your employees. Now, I know I keep saying this every time, how amazing, how wonderful this next presenter is, but I am going to tell you that one of the benefits of my position is that I get to deal with a level of brilliance every single day, and all of these presenters, all of these panelists, I'm so thankful that I get to be around them in my daily work life. And that is not, I'm not gushing, but our next presenter definitely falls into that level of brilliance. And I am just so pleased to introduce the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University MicaPlex Executive Director, Dr. Stephanie Miller. And Stephanie, thank you for being here, and you have control.
All right, well, thank you for that incredibly kind introduction. I certainly appreciate that. And at Embry-Riddle, we're really excited to be a part of the Volusia Business Resources Network and to participate and help out companies in our local community. So today I'm just going to take a few minutes to tell you about the Embry-Riddle Research Park and our MicaPlex Technology Business Incubator that lies within it. And in a nutshell, the Research Park is where we help aviation, aerospace, and engineering companies to start and grow. And we do this by bringing together those startups with Embry-Riddle talent, meaning our researchers and our students and our alums. We bring them together with our network. So many of the people that you see here and on the other days of these presentations, as well as mentors and investors in the area. And we also bring to bear the facilities that we have in the Research Park and on campus to help those companies develop their products. So if you haven't been aware of the Embry-Riddle Research Park before, but you've driven down Clyde Morris in the last, say, 5.5 years, you might have noticed a large building that looks sort of like a glass fishbowl. That is the first and cornerstone building of the MicaPlex, or of the research park, called the MicaPlex, and that is where our business incubator resides. We've also added on to our research park to include the wind tunnel facility, which opened up in 2018, one of a couple planned research hangars. The first one opened up in 2020. We have a building under construction that will be lease space for companies. Unfortunately, it is actually already pre-leased out. It will be finished around the end of the year. And then finally, starting next year, we'll break ground on the C.C. and Hyatt Brown Center for Aerospace Technology, a building and expansion of the research park that was made possible by a very generous gift from C.C. and Hyatt Brown. So those are the buildings in the research park, and within there are several research labs. I'm not going to read them off, but they're all listed on our website with what they do, what kind of equipment is in those labs, and the type of research that they carry out. So the people in those labs are the talent I was referring to that can help startups to get access to a particular piece of equipment that they need, or to help them solve a problem, figure out what the right next test is for their R&D, and many other things. So this next slide's probably going to take a minute to load. There it goes. These are the logos of all the companies that have been involved in the research park since we opened in 2017. And sort of the top grouping there are the 13 companies that are here today in the research park. Many of the ones down there on the bottom of the slide are still going concerns. They just are no longer here in the research park for various reasons. So to give a quick example of how the research park works with companies, I just wanted to talk about Census Technologies. That's the second logo over there on the slide. So they started out as 3 student founders that were about to graduate and had this idea to start a drone company that would manufacture custom beyond visual line of sight drones for many industries, but for professional use. So they joined our business incubator when we opened up again in 2017. And they worked through some of the programs that we offer. We hooked them up with some business services from the local area to help them out, help them with investor pitches and all the things that a typical incubator does. They graduated from our incubator and were able to take space in the research park to start their manufacturing of their drones. And eventually they had to leave us, but for a good reason. They needed much more space than we could offer here in the research park. So today they have a very large manufacturing center that happily is still located here in Daytona Beach, still taking advantage of the students that we have here and creating jobs in the local community. So that's one pathway of how a company used the services that we have here in the incubator and the research park. But I would point out that you do not have to be an Embry-Riddle student, alum, employee, or necessarily have a connection with Embry-Riddle before coming into the incubator or research park. But we are looking to serve companies that are in the aviation, aerospace, and engineering industries, because of course that's the resources that we have and bring to bear for those companies. So just a quick bit of stats about the impact that we've been able to have since we opened up. We've had 25 different companies. As I said, 13 are resident in the research park today. Over 200 students have been able to work as interns in those companies. Those are really valuable for our students and of course valuable for the companies as well. Many of those students turn into full-time employees after they graduate. We've been able to create several, over 160 high-paying jobs with an average salary of $75,000, which is great for our local area and for the students coming out of not only our universities, but those in Volusia County. And finally, the companies that have gone through our programs have raised a cumulative total of over $100 million in grants and equity-based financing. So we're so proud to have reached that milestone goal of over $100 million. And I think it's just going to accelerate and go even faster as we have more lease space available and are able to help even more companies. So that's a bit about the Embry-Riddle Research Park. You can find us on social media at ERAU Research Park. There's our website address as well if you'd like to learn more. And you can contact us at MicaPlex@erau.edu.
Well done, thank you. There was a lot of very valuable information there. And most importantly, like you said, you do not have to be affiliated with Embry-Riddle to have a home in the MicaPlex. Just go and talk to Dr. Stephanie Miller. The next presenter that we have is Rashanda. Rashanda, what we see on your screen right now, there you go. You got your presentation coming up. All right. This is a professional who is so busy all the time. She's got so much going on. She is the program manager and instructor for the internship coordinator at Bethune Cookman University. Go Wildcats. Rashanda Denson, you are in control.
Well, thank you for that introduction, and it is an honor to be here today to talk about the different resources that we have available for Volusia and Flagler counties. Again, I am with Bethune Cookman University and with the College of Business and Entrepreneurship. Are you able to see my presentation at the moment?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. All right, great. So Bethune Cookman University actually had an opportunity to become the first HBCU, which is a historically Black college or university, to sign an agreement with the SBA back in 2013. Since that time, we have been able to put on a number of different workshops and do a number of different things within the community. Our mission, just for our entrepreneurial piece, is that we want to be purposed as the driver for supporting economic development with an entrepreneurial approach. Our goal is to build a sustainable ecosystem by encouraging internal and external collaboration opportunities and partnerships. What we have done here at Bethune Cookman, and we actually work with from a couple of different lenses. One, we have actually been a part of the Mentor Protege program, actually since 2006. And with the Mentor Protege program, we have actually been able to work with certain government contractors in order to provide some entrepreneurial aspects. We have contributed over the years to 8 non-PERI winners. So that is a major accomplishment. We have been able to offer subject matter experts to these organizations as well as to our local companies. And then we have internship opportunities. So with those internship opportunities, we are able to pull students from all of our major areas here at the university to be able to go and work with those particular companies. And that piece of it has affordable and competitively value-priced opportunities. Most people know Bethune-Cookman University for our degree programs, but we do have non-degree education opportunities available as well. Again, we have the consulting opportunities where we actually bring our students in to be able to go out and to assist businesses in solving some of the challenges that they may face. And we have been able to put together certain opportunities to help small businesses and startups, and also partnering with the SBA to host some workshops. Some of the other ways that we are able to connect with you and to help get you the resources that you need are through offering different certification opportunities. Again, I mentioned the consulting. Because the consulting actually can work with our faculty members being a part, and we also have, really strive to get our students to fill some of those positions as well, because students can provide a unique insight to your business. So we have some technology opportunities as well as some business competencies. The internships, again, that's one of the areas that I oversee. And we have students who are available to intern with our local companies. Our students also intern all throughout the United States as well. And we also are able to provide customized training opportunities for you if there is a specific need that you're looking to fill. So that just really kind of gives you an overview of, Bethune-Cookman University and just some of the entrepreneurial opportunities that we have. If you do have any questions or are looking for any particular partnership information and how we can get some interns to help your business, please feel free to give me a call at 386-481-2811. Again, that's 386-481-2811. Thank you so much.
Rashanda, thank you so much. Once again, there is that opportunity to have a program to train your employees. The response from these universities, colleges is fantastic. Please reach out directly to these program directors and managers if you are looking for a program like that. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go back to Brad Harris. He's going to tell you about the next steps and future development of VBR. And Brad?
Thank you, Katrina. Let me start off with a quote, something I wrote down from an article 3 or 4 years ago. It says, "The growing shift to an online world has reduced face-to-face interaction, making it harder to understand what consumers, and in this case, customers, need." And I think we can all agree with that statement. It goes on to say, "Surveys are a great way to connect with constituents and identify current trends, and they're essential for providing valuable insights that will help improve goods and improve services." And so I wanted to read that because that kind of epitomizes what we're trying to do with this survey. Our annual VBR survey for businesses is very important to us. And as I mentioned earlier this session, the VBR annual business survey plays a significant role in guiding the alignment and the development of the business assistance resources that are provided in this community. And that direct input helps keep current business needs in front of us, front and center, and in clear view. So important for the work we do. Now, just to talk about the work we do, go to the next slide, please. The work we do is kind of depicted here, a few of the steps in the process of doing the survey. I call your attention really to the third point to start, and that is in the center of this, you see Volusia County Economic Development. They play a part as the structure and data collection function, but all the other points you see on this slide are driven by the VBR affiliates. Whether it's a team member or whether it's the larger affiliate group, it is the community-wide group, which you've heard from today and have for the last few days, that are investing the energy to pull off this survey. And so it's very important to us, and I just wanted to highlight that as you look at some of the oversight that goes on here. It's a lot of work, but not one organization. This is your community business services agencies and organizations that are trying to do this. Go to the next slide, please. So again, that is the value of the survey for the community businesses. We want to hear from you. Now, specifics about this survey this year, I want you to know it's exclusive to Volusia County businesses. That's our focus. There's only 20 questions on it. It will take you 10 minutes maybe at the most, I think, to do the survey. We use the online SurveyMonkey tool, so all of the data is collected electronically. It's aggregated from that, and then from there, it's analyzed and presented back to our VBR affiliate group. But that survey opened up yesterday, or actually Monday this week, and you'll see that distributed by affiliates through this month. And at the end of this month, really December 2nd, we'll close out the survey and then do the summary work that needs to be done. It's going to go out in 3 ways I mentioned here on the slide. If you go down to what is at the 5th point, face-to-face interviews. Some of us would like to hear from you directly. It helps us add context to some of your answers, and we like to have that. Some of those will be invitations where you might get an email that says, hey, help us, and fill out the survey. We'd ask you to do that. And then you're going to see electronic solicitations, emails, newsletters, other ways it's going to come out. I just ask that you look for that, just understand how important it is for us as a business servicing entity in the community to hear from you. So that's really what the survey is all about. It's already being released as we speak. We ask that you look for it. And once again, we encourage you to participate. It's going to help us serve you better. Back to you, Katrina.
Brad, thank you so much. One other way that you can see, you can go ahead and take the survey. If you're a business and you'd like to take the survey, you can go to volusiabusinessresources.com, and you can, as soon as you open up the screen, what you're going to see is a pop-up that says, take the survey. Take the survey. It helps us develop programs for you. It's an immediate response to what businesses need. And with that being said, please join us tomorrow. It's Chamber Day here at Volusia Business Resources. You're going to hear from all of the local business, all of the local chambers, and why it is, what they can do for you, why membership is important, in all of the networking opportunities. I want to thank all of my panelists. This is a wonderful day. This has been just a beautiful session. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you everyone out there for joining us for Volusia Business Resources Week. We will be back tomorrow, like I said, with a new group of panelists. Please don't forget to check out volusiabusinessresources.com. If you have any questions, please send it to vbr@volusia.org. All feedback is welcome. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope everyone's kind to you. Thanks. Bye, guys.